On April 30th, 2024, the Dyrt, a camping website, offered up a press release that's titled "Majority of Campers Cancel or No-Show Reservations." This seems like an extraordinary claim to make, and we're going to dive deeper into it and see what's really behind the press release that they released just a week ago. The press release begins with the Dyrt claiming that they are the #1 camping app for camping availability, photos, and reviews. And they go on to say that they found less than half of campers use all of their reservations. They continue to claim that this is an eye-opening statistic, and it's part of their 2024 camping report presented by the all-new Toyota Tacoma. In the second paragraph of the press release, they also claim that the report has found that it was 4 times more difficult to book a campsite in 2023 as it was compared to 2019. But let's see how they actually got to these numbers. So just to let you know, we'll link all of these resources in the comments below so you can read for yourself what they say. So it's not just me putting up here on screen or talking about it, but what the actual links to those sites are that are claiming these things. The very first thing that I find suspicious about this is that their research group is relatively small compared to the numbers that they're claiming, in my personal opinion. Now, I'm no statistician, but let's take a look at the numbers of people that they actually interviewed and talked to. They say that the survey results were conducted with 3 groups. The first being 7,000 members of the Dyrt camper community, a representative sample of 1,000 U.S. residents, and camping property managers across all 50 states. So we don't know how big that number actually is. It could be as small as 50 or as large as however many campgrounds there are. But let's just say they talked to 1,000 campground owners or property managers. If we guess that the number is 1,000 campground property owners or managers that they talked to, that would put the total number of this survey group at 9,000. So with that 9,000 number, they begin to go on to say it was found that an estimated 84.8 million Americans went camping in 2023. First of all, that's a super big jump in my opinion to pull from what I'm guessing is a group of 9,000 survey takers. Again, that last third group that they name of talking to a campground or property manager in every state, we really don't know what that number is because it just says in all 50 states. They continue to say that 55 million of those campers were first-time campers, and that brings the total of new campers since 2021 to more than 20 million. The CEO of the Dyrt, Kevin Long, goes on to say in this report that we are in a new golden age of camping. The demand of camping has never been greater, but technology is making it easier to find camping, and property owners are rapidly expanding. As a result, campers have more options than ever before. The report continues to say, in 2024's camping report presented by the all-new Toyota Tacoma, it includes new findings on camping vehicles. Campers listed truck as the most ideal vehicle type for camping, though trucks ranked second behind SUVs for the type of vehicles most campers own. Now, you got to remember, the first category that they included on this stat sheet was 7,000 members of the Dyrt. If truck and SUV are among the highest ways of how people enjoy camping, that really skews the results, in my opinion, that an RV isn't even mentioned on here, and that the demographic of the Dyrt's community could be much different than the demographic of those who actually go to RV parks and RV resorts on a regular basis. Now, all that information that I just read off came from the official report that is partnered with the Dyrt in Toyota Tacoma. That is not the press release that they recently put out. Let's now take a look at the press release that pulls up the information from this report. Again, the press release is titled "Majority of Campers Cancel or No-Show Reservations." Less than half of campers, 42.7%, used all their reservations they made in 2023. The report goes on to offer some anecdotal experiences of the Dyrt members of why they booked reservations and canceled them, some to make sure they had a backup, and some based on schedule changes, but that's not to me what the extraordinary part is. The extraordinary tie between the report and the press release is that the Dyrt in the middle of this press release offers up a paid camping solution that they created that gives you access to cancel sites. So the Dyrt is essentially trying to provide you with a service by alerting you of last-minute cancellations and allowing you to book a spot when a reservation is canceled and becomes available. That's a great service to have, but what I find completely off-kilter is that they came to this amazing number that is 42.7%. I believe that number is skewed and exaggerated just because, in my opinion, the pool of people who took the survey and the demographic of which they are don't represent RVers as a whole, especially the older generation of RVers, say the baby boomers and above. Because the Dyrt camping app, in my opinion again, is relatively hip, relatively new, and is technology based. As we look at the older generations, they're not always using apps on their phones or high-end technology to create camping reservations or to even participate in a survey like this. But what the Dyrt is offering is a paid program which costs $9 for the Dyrt alerts, or you can have the Dyrt alerts for free if you're part of their pro membership plan, which I believe is right around $34 a year. This PR stunt, in my opinion, is more of a sales pitch than anything else, and that becomes dangerous because this is spewed then from websites like RV Travel, which wrote an article related to this, RV Business, which released the press release, and everyone's in a tiff online about how many campers are canceling reservations when we might be looking at numbers that are seriously skewed and could be way more skewed to those of tent campers or truck campers than actual RVers, which it really doesn't address RVing in the press release. It's more so the idea of camping is which they're talking about. So you got to remember that as an RVer, that this number and this percentage for you in actual RV parks that you're going to could very well not line up with the numbers that the Dyrt is presenting. I hope all of this made sense. We're not calling out the Dyrt for seriously trying to misguide people, but we are saying that they're calling camping one thing, but with the demographic they used and with the low, in my opinion, survey group that they used, it's really hard to represent these large numbers with that data and to come to these conclusions and to put it out and to pitch your product along with it. I'd like to hear your take on this because I'm sure you've seen the report out there in some form or fashion. We'll link it below, and we'll also link those articles about it below so you can see for yourself. But let me know if I'm off in my thinking, or let me know if you think I'm on the right track. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's just another press release that we see along the way trying to sell a product, and this time using statistics to do so. I'm Kyle. You're watching Drivin and Vibin. Tell me what you think. See you soon.